Hey guys, we're back, and as you may notice, we are in.
A completely different space.
So, my good friend John, aka J Dub, photography, let us use the space because we were doing a photo shoot, and he thought to himself too, why don't you guys use this to record your podcast?
We
And,
were doing a podcast photo shoot because,
yeah,
again, we like what we're delivering, but we just want to step up our game a little bit. So we were going to do a cover shoot.
so he let us use our space, his space, and as you guys can see, it's phenomenal. It's actually giving us ideas on what we want to do to, I guess, pretty much upgrade ours. So
Yeah.
we'll be changing the painting to make it brighter.
Yeah, we're going to change our home studio. So it's very convenient that we're here because it gives us an extra week to get our studio redone. We love dark green. Why would I choose a high gloss dark green paint for a studio?
But
No.
that was our colors though to start. That
Yeah.
was like part of the branding. We were trying to make it all aesthetic and make it kind of like this dark, chill podcast vibe. And I guess over time we didn't
It
really.
just, I don't know. You
And
learn.
we're two different skin tones. Like it's just
You
it's hard.
learn.
It's too much. So
I'm always like way too bright or you can't see
too
him.
dark. You see my teeth or my eyes. That's pretty much it.
So, anyways, we're going to be revamping our home studio and we're extremely blessed to be in this one
Yeah.
today.
So you guys are kind of just getting the behind the scenes as to what we're doing. But Carrie has some really really good news to share with you guys.
Well, it's a good day for good news. The sun's out and you ready to hear it?
Yeah.
All right. This actually teared me up a little bit, so I'm going to do my best not to tear up
Oh
during this.
man.
All right. So, a 29-year-old woman became the first in the United States to do a cross country run. Actually, it wasn't a run, excuse me, a cross country trip on a skateboard. She kept her late stepfather with her. She honored him by keeping a necklace with his ashes
Hmm.
the entire trip. Her name is Brooke Johnson. She did a record setting 3,226-mile journey that
On a
began.
skateboard. That's
Think about that.
crazy.
I know. I know. She started in Santa Monica, California, and after 119 days on the road, she walked into the Atlantic Ocean at Virginia Beach. So her stepfather, his name was Roger.
Hmm.
He broke his C5 vertebrae and became a quadriplegic later
Oh.
in life. His health continued to decline until he passed away last year. As the time was running out, her stepfather and Brooke often talked about the dream of cross country skateboarding,
Hmm.
and she planned to push him across the finish line in a wheelchair. My dad's in a wheelchair, so it's just really sweet.
It's home.
Anyways, I just think that that's really beautiful that she did it, that she honored him. She had a goal to raise money for Wings of Life.
Mhm.
It's for spinal cord research, and
Okay.
she raised $50,000 for the
Wow.
cause. So
In that short amount
that
of
is,
time, that's crazy.
I know that's I really did not plan this to cry, but that's really beautiful, and I think that that really honors the heart of a good day for good news and my hope of what we brought with this segment.
That was way better than.
That's really
I think
beautiful,
that's probably
right?
the best one we've done so
That's
far.
really, really beautiful. And I obviously we both have a heart for um that community. So
Yeah.
this that one really touched me. That was from Good News Network. We have been looking through some different Reddit sources. You had found a good day, good news
Yeah,
Reddit source
uplifting news subreddit, and she found that. So
on
that.
Good News Network, which we've used before when we did the wallet story. That was from Good News Network.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm not even going to apologize for crying because
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
learning
apologize.
that you don't apologize for your feelings. You
No,
just
feel your feels.
feel your feelings. But yeah, I thought that was really beautiful and definitely worth a good day for good news, worth
Yeah.
that segment. Oh yeah.
That just made my day.
I feel like already our podcast that we're doing is lining us up for today's topic. We are, grateful for good news that Brooke was her name,
Yeah.
lost her stepfather, but was still able to complete this journey. And today's topic is how gratitude actually rewires your brain.
Yeah.
And one thing that Skylar and I always say, sometimes seriously and sometimes in joking. Do you know what it's going to be?
Two things can
Two
exist at
things
once.
can exist at
I
once.
knew it.
And it wasn't planned that way, but I really think that that sets the tone for what we want to talk about today.
Yeah. So there's a lot of research when it comes to how gratitude rewires your brain, and it's too much to try to remember and talk off the top of our head. So we went and just kind of made some cheat sheets, pretty much some notes here, just to make it easier to remember what it is that we're talking about, so that we are able to get the information across concise in order, and we're not kind of all over the place. So I'll let you kind of start off and kind of talk about the scientific backing of how gratitude can help rewire your brain, and then we'll
Sure.
kind of just piggyback off each other.
Sure, absolutely. I have the same cheat sheet. All right. So, scientific backing on how gratitude actually rewires your brain.
Hmm.
So, first and foremost, it increases the dopamine and serotonin that you have. That is going to be reward and mood regulation.
Yes.
It also strengthens the prefrontal cortex. This is what helps you have rational control over your emotion.
Think like emotional regulation. You just have better control of how you respond and react to the things that are happening around you.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that emotional regulation is a buzzword that we will see later in these notes.
Probably.
I almost want you to read the next bullet point because I am not sure if I'm going to pronounce that word correctly, but I will certainly try. It
Uh,
weakens the amygdala's
the
threat response.
amygdala.
Amygdala, thank you.
So it weakens the amygdala's threat response. So that's like your fight or flight response.
Amygdala.
A mag.
I'm wrong.
It took me a bit to figure out how to say that as well too. So like, don't feel bad. I was like, amygdala.
I wasn't sorry for crying, but I am sorry
I don't even
for
apologize
messing
for
up that
that.
word. And then this last one was the one that I was most interested in. It reinforces positive neural pathways, which leads to lasting shifts in perspective.
Why were you most interested in that one?
It makes the most sense to me. So reinforcing positive neural pathways. So if you're presented with a situation and you're always negative,
Hmm.
you are probably, without even thinking about it, programmed, if you will, to, oh crap, this again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you practice gratitude, it reinforces positive neural pathways. So eventually, when you're presented with a situation, instead of like, oh crap, that might not be, you might still get there,
Right.
but your first response might be like, ah, well,
Is it kind of like the equivalent of finding a silver lining and
I guess. I mean, I'm no expert, of course. We're learning about this as we're talking about
yeah.
it, but that just is the impression that it leaves me with. And I feel like it is the simplest to grasp in regards to the scientific backing of how gratitude rewires your brain,
No, that makes sense. And then the next section is gratitude versus self gaslighting,
which
which
I thought this was so important. I actually put this in here on purpose because the way that my brain works, when I say something, I can immediately in my head hear somebody else saying, yeah, okay, well, but. And it's like two things can
and I was going to
exist.
say, does this kind of go back to the two things can exist at
Well,
once?
let's just see what the notes say.
All right. So, gratitude. Gratitude is acknowledging what is good in your life, even in hard times. Balancing perspective by noticing positives without denying the negatives. Rooted in acceptance and, more importantly, awareness. And then gaslighting yourself is invalidating and minimizing your own feelings by forcing positivity. So, ignoring the situation, acting like everything is okay when in reality it's not. Using gratitude as a way to silence pain, anger, or injustice, and it is rooted in denial and suppression. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm the one that made the notes.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I am in agreement, and I think a good example of people or us gaslighting ourselves is your job, for example. You may not be happy at your job. You may not be happy with your employees, the situation. It may be severely impacting your life, time with your family. And instead of acknowledging that and being aware of that, you deny it. Think of the that meme of the dog that's surrounded by fire and
This is
he's
fine.
smiling on his
Everything's
face and he's saying
fine.
everything is fine. In actuality, everything's burning down around him, and he's failing to realize that or
Gaslighting
choosing
is
not to
like it's
realize
kind of
that.
just being in dangerous situations, whether emotionally or physically or spiritually, and telling yourself this is fine.
Yeah,
Even though really it's not.
yeah. Some keynotes on gratitude. Gratitude accepts pain and joy. They can both coexist at the same time. Gratitude validates feelings and then adds appreciation to it as well too. So there's another layer on top of that. It helps build resilience and perspective, which I think is really important, especially I guess both in their own term. Both and mindset. This is hard, and yet I'm still thankful for XYZ. Gaslighting is pretending like the pain doesn't exist, like we spoke about earlier. Shames you, makes you feel negative all the time. It breeds guilt and self doubt, which is very detrimental to your psyche overall. And it gives you that either or mindset. Pretty much think of like I use this a lot with my clients, the all or nothing mindset, that black and white thinking where either you're all in or you're not. So I'll use, because I'm a coach, I'll use fitness as an example for this. Let's say you start working out and you've been going for a week straight, you've been killing it, and then maybe you get sick the next week or you get busy or something comes up where it kind of interrupts your time with being able to get to the gym and be consistent. A lot of people, when they miss that first day, will just stop. I've missed that day. There's no point in going. I'll wait until next week to start over. And then that process kind of repeats
That all or
itself. That
nothing.
all or
Yeah.
nothing, as soon as something happens.
For gaslighting in regards to gratitude, it to piggyback off of what you just said,
Yeah.
it's I can't be upset about this. I should just be grateful. I missed a day at the gym, so I'm just not going to go. So I wanted to include this because I know that there is such a fine line between having gratitude for things in your life versus just gaslighting yourself into thinking that, I should be thankful for this situation even though this situation isn't safe for me or doesn't make me feel good. So there is definitely a difference between the two. However, almost everybody can practice gratitude in their lives for having the things that we have while recognizing that there are a lot of unfair systems in the world, that we are not treated equally.
No.
I think that and I might not be the best spokesperson for this, but I think that there are still things to be grateful for, still ways to find gratitude,
100%.
and that gratitude helps it helps you in how you face the challenges that you're going to face either way, whether you're practicing gratitude or not.
And gratitude too.
It's more about how you meet the challenges, I suppose.
It's more about how you meet the challenges and then how meeting those challenges makes you feel. And then when it's nice too because it kind of leads into the next section on here.
Yeah, so healthy gratitude practice. It's a two-step approach per our notes. One, validate reality. This situation is, maybe it's hurtful,
Hmm.
maybe it's exhausting, maybe it's unfair. But if you layer gratitude, and even in this, I am grateful for, it allows for truth and for appreciation to coexist. Maybe I am dealing with this really horrible thing outside of the household, but I have these children and these pets and this partner or these parent, whatever it is that I get to come home to, and in that I am grateful.
Yeah. Maybe you are unable to, take the family on vacation because money has just been tight, but you can still appreciate the fact that you have a
But I'm
family.
grateful that I have this family and that I can still have a creative mind and, maybe my kids, thanks to TikTok, are gonna know the difference between a fort in the living room at night, a
Yeah.
movie night, and going to Disney World. But yeah, it's creating space for you to still be thankful in your life, to rewire your brain, to eventually see the world differently
Yeah.
without living on this bed of unrealistic roses.
Unrealistic roses, unrealistic expectations, all or nothing thinking.
Yeah.
And gratitude plays such a big role when it comes to changing your behavior and your habits. And a lot of what habit formation that I learned in my Tiny Habits course was showing gratitude in the things that you could do. And I'll use an example that they use in the book.
I have a question for you then after your example.
Okay. And you and yeah, so I'll use this example that was in the book that I read. So Dr. BJ Foggs is the author of the book. He's the one who teaches you about tiny habits. He's the one that has created this book and the program and has seen successful fit. A lot of people that have worked with him have seen successful fit. I've seen successful fit. It's a really good book. In the book, he wanted to start being healthier. So one good way to really incorporate a behavior change or habit change is to start as small as humanly possible. So
Oh, that makes sense.
he told himself, yeah, after I get done brushing my teeth, which is a positive, I will do 2 push-ups because it makes me feel good. So you're pretty much stacking you're habit stacking. You're stacking the positives from the actions that you're taking. In that is the gratitude as well too, because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. So because it's simple and easy for you to do, after you brush your teeth, you do 2 push-ups because it makes you feel good. That's it. You don't need to do any more than that. And you do that every day. After a while, that behavior becomes second nature to you. And then maybe you increase it from there. Maybe you go from 2 push-ups to 5 push-ups. Ultimately, the goal here is to create that foundation and then start to build from there using gratitude, using your emotions, and using everything that we've kind of talked about, the self-awareness as well to recognize what you're doing, to see the positives so that you can continue to stack these positive behaviors on top of each other so that they become second nature to you. What question did you have?
So my question is, do you think, and this is open-ended, we have no scientific backing or research into this, but do you think that practicing gratitude on a daily basis would lead a person that was once negative to not only become, for lack of a better term, more positive, but also make them believe that they deserve good things in a way to sort of change could gratitude lead to changing a person's life, do you think? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just
I
picking his brain a little
no,
bit
yeah, I think
because I do. Just
no, I 100% think so because I mean it changed my life and it's changed.
it changed my life
I've
too.
watched it change your life,
Hmm.
and I've watched it change your mom's life, and just the people around us. I've seen it happen numerous times where when they start to become more grateful and show that on a daily basis, it changes their perspective and how they see things and how they react to things.
I feel like in watching you become somebody that practices gratitude, that I've watched you over the years become somebody who also practices healthy boundaries, and you seem to have more of an appreciation for yourself, but also for life, for your family members, for your clients. So yeah, I definitely think that gratitude can change somebody in more ways than just rewiring your brain.
Yeah, and I'd had people pleasing tendencies before,
No.
and I guess that's where the self-awareness comes in because I saw how detrimental that was to me and how it affected my relationships and how at the time it made me a negative person. I was not happy at all, and it
Oh,
showed me.
I remember in the first few years of our relationship, he would come home. It was like clockwork. There was a schedule. Skylar would come home from work and we would sit down and he would complain for 2 hours of how
Okay,
everything.
all right,
No, it
two
was. It was
hours,
just about two.
like an hour
An
and
hour and
59 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah. But yeah, I've certainly watched you turn into a more positive person, and we talk about me a lot. We don't have to do that, but you have watched me turn into a more positive person as well over the years through gratitude. Life has certainly handed us both in different ways. A lot of, my sister dying, my dad becoming handicapped, everything you've gone through. And I've witnessed us both become better people through gratitude. I do think that our brains have been rewired because of gratitude. Well, we have just like a few more notes, and then we're going to do the exact opposite of gratitude and let Skylar lead us into our next
Hey,
section.
you all.
But all right, just a few notes. I think that we really covered the conversation well. But so Three ways, additionally, that gratitude can rewire your brain. You have a bias towards noticing the positive. We touched on this a little bit earlier. Your brain has a negativity bias, it is consistently scanning for threats. Gratitude repeatedly activates the, Skylar might need help with another word, hippocampus?
I am going to say yes.
The memory of the
Hippocampus.
frontal cortex. It trains your brain to prioritize and recall positive experiences. It also, gratitude can strengthen social cues. It activates the, another word I'm not
Yeah, I was
sure,
gonna say good luck on that one.
oxytocin release, and enhances empathy and social bonding. You feel more connected to others when you practice gratitude. You reduce loneliness, you strengthen relationships, and you reinforce mental health. And then lastly, and my therapist would probably just that I'm even bringing this up,
Oh,
but it interrupts rumination loops.
oh,
Woo!
oh.
If you're somebody that
We do that
ruminates,
a lot.
stop it, Skylar. We're in public.
Sorry.
The brain is stuck in what if thinking, and I honestly don't even need notes to explain rumination. You just think about it over and
Constantly
over and
on your
over
mind. Think of
again.
like when you
It's
break with
constantly on
your
your mind.
breakup.
You think of every possible situation and scenario and what could have I said, and gratitude helps to
What could
break
I have
that.
done better?
So, okay. So, anyways, now we are going to move into a section that is completely opposite of practicing gratitude. And I think we're going to hear Skylar out.
It's not gonna be a long one. I'm not gonna get all super animated
That's because he's laid back on
because
this
I'm
nice
super
couch
laid
in
back
this
and
nice
chill.
studio
It's a nice
where we're
studio here.
guests and
The it's your environment plays a role, I tell you. No, I guess my hear me out is something that a lot of my friends talk to me about that are still that like are working for people is just poor leadership. There's so much poor leadership out there that's like masked as good leadership,
yeah,
and it blows my mind. And that was a big reason I
why you
wanted
wanted to go on your
why I
own.
wanted to go on my own and why I was so adamant on making sure that I was successful in doing this was just the lack of leadership. I
Do you
did
think leadership in the past has led you led you to being who you are now in
oh,
regards to
100%.
leadership?
100%. So it's helped me become the person that I am today because I try to lead as though as how I wanted to be led, with compassion and support and guidance and just having someone show me the steps that I need to take to become a better version of myself. And I feel like when I worked in IT that I did not get that. A lot of my friends when they are venting to me about what's going on at work are dealing with the same issues. I think it's a very, very relatable topic where poor leadership is prevalent out there.
Is the hear me out, if you're a leader, remember what it was like when you weren't, and don't
If you're
treat
a
people like
leader,
that.
do do better, do
Do
better.
better.
And it goes back to the last episode, the soft skills. You need really good soft skills to be a good leader. You
Even
need to
if
be
you're
good
the
at
owner of the
listening.
company.
Yes, you need to be good at listening. That is so important. And if you don't do that, you're going to severely impact your employees. You're going to lower morale. You're going to see turnover a lot. People are not going to feel appreciated.
You're
So
gonna
they
have a crewless ship.
yes, you're gonna have a crewless ship. So if you are in a leadership position, I advise that you read some books and not the ones they tell you to read. I'm like kind of go off the brand here. Like a good one is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's such a simple book, but it gives you the tools that you need to be sociable, to be likable, to be a good leader.
The idea of leading with like a servant's heart
Yes,
almost.
yes.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, if you start doing that, you will see a night and day difference in anyone who is working under you. I mean, my VA, for example, I lead him the same way. I lead him how I wanted to be led, and that's what I do with my clients as well too, because I'm a leader for them. I lead them the same way.
That's what I do with my clients as well. Just kidding.
So yeah, nothing too crazy. It was, I really didn't have anything to talk about that, and it kind of just popped in my head probably within like the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes before we got to that section. But yeah,
Spitballing.
that's my hear me out.
See, we have notes, but we also kind of like to spitball. You never know what
Oh,
you're gonna get.
I'm all about free forming. I'm totally down with free forming. I do that all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that this was a wonderful podcast. I'm really pleased with the conversation and with the topic, and I hope that you got something from it.
Yeah. So we'll close out on this, and when the next time you guys see us, you will see us in our
New
not in
studio.
this area, but our new studio. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to follow, subscribe, share if you'd like the podcast. We would really appreciate it, and we will catch you guys on the next time. With that being said,
Let's
let's Mosley.
Mosley.